Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Camerascore, where we discuss all things media. And today we're talking about a reincarnation of sorts. Not the mummy itself, but of the film. Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Is it good? In my opinion, this film should not be watched by anyone. But hey, there's different opinions out there. Let's first start with the positives.
Don't worry, Grandma. It's fun to be dead.
So in terms of the positives, we have the lighting is good. They do a good job showing you everything. There's visuals that kind of sync well with the theme they're going for of this dark mummy and decrepit ancient society, cult values. It's done pretty well. There's the gratuitous violence that looks extremely realistic and throughout it, I will admit, have really, really great practical effects. Almost reminiscent of A Bloody Disgusting or any other studio that very much specializes in making things look real. Because I was very disgusted throughout most of this film. And I think that was the intended result. The toenails and the bloody skin coming off and the throwing up at least 40 times all look very, very realistic. Almost too realistic at times. But again, I believe that was what the director's vision was going for. So kudos to them on that for never having the props or the work of that kind taking you out of the story. What story is there? We'll get into that a little bit later. And the last positive I can give is let's get into the negatives.
Like what? Like how your little piggies taste.
What happened to Katie?
Dad?
So, there is a long list for this film. Let's first start with the writing. Nobody in this film can have graduated high school in a real way. The guy's supposed to be an award winning journalist. I believe I recognize him from Midsummer, another bad horror film. I don't care what anyone says. But the way that they move in this film is as if they all were born yesterday. The stupid decisions they make is just unparalleled. And I know it's a horror movie. You have to give them some leeway. In horror films, somebody has to run, they have to trip and fall over and be caught by the ultimate villain. But in this case, there's no urgency. There's no good parenting. There's no care in the world for self preservation. It's almost as if they wanted to die. You could not convince me otherwise. Someone is running at you. Let me just slowly get up. Where's our daughter that we care about so dearly? Oh, she's in the back of the backyard, surrounded by trees near the back fence without us knowing. She has contact with this random stranger through the fence that we've never even seen or thought to put up cameras or figured out. She's hiding 45,000 chocolate bars in her dollhouse that we see her play with all the time, but we've never looked in there to see. What is going on? This is a level of stupidity I guess really fits in America because the way that they operate is just so dumb that by the end of the film, you're just like, okay, I mean, that's expected. That's what you get. And then I gave great credit to how the effects look and how practically they did everything. But at the same time, it was just gratuitous. I had a look of disgust, not the stank face for great music, the stank face for just disgust. I'm glad I ate before I went to see this movie. Because what are we doing? Certain things add to a general theme and create this overall feeling in a film. The overall feeling in here was just nastiness for nasty's sake. Yeah, wouldn't it be cool if we just saw her with this close up of toenails getting pulled off and the skin of her leg coming off? Or let's have multiple scenes where we have someone projectile vomiting right on camera and then close up on what came out. It's just disgusting. There's no other word to put there. Just there's a scene where someone gets stabbed through the neck and they close up on her plugging the hole with her fingers. That is disgusting. And it doesn't really serve a purpose other than to just be like, this is what she has to do to survive. It just doesn't work. And then on top of that, I feel like this whole film is just a poor version of The Exorcism or The Exorcist. They take the whole mummy attributes and it's literally just the same as a demonic possession. There's no difference. Same weird archback poses and telekinesis and speaking with the same exact voice, but it's a mummy this time. It's not even really a mummy because is it a demon? I feel like they just took the mummy idea and they're like, let's attach the name to it, but nothing else that comes with it. And I really hope they remake the other or make the next sequel with Brandon Fraser and pay homage to what they did before, add a little comedy, a little cool action. Because whatever they have here is just not it. I'm sorry. I don't know how people rated this what they did, but it is not that good. It is far from it. And then let's not get into the acting. Oh my goodness. If stale performances were collected like Pokemon cards, then these people have the Holy Grail collection. And then just even the emotions they have, even when they're not bad, it goes back to that poor writing where the way that they're acting in those moments doesn't sound like it makes any sense. Nobody acts in a sane way. Someone can get headbutted by this demonic possessed child, and then the next minute they're like, no, we gotta keep her here. We have to save her. At least in the paranormal activity films, there's a glimmer of hope. It's not constant. This deformed mummy child is wheeled into the house, and she's like, that's my baby. What are we talking about? It's like this person just wanted to copy Exorcism so bad, they just threw in everything that was throughout the films, but just in a nasty way. I just don't understand the direction of this film. The acting was bad. The story was bad. All over the place. Way too long. Over 2 hours. And then just all these gratuitous, disgusting scenes that make this film borderline hard to watch. The scares, the few that there are, aren't substantial. All there is just gross, disgusting scenes that you don't ever want to see again. And then on top of that, the whole story of how the mummy comes to be and the creation is just supplemented by extreme ignorance, incompetence, and just bad writing. Honestly, this whole film should have been wrapped up and sealed in the same tomb as the mummy that shit came from. But I'm just here for the camera score. And for this film, it is a legitimate 3 out of 10. And that's me being generous. Honestly, I would rather watch Madam Web than this because it's so bad that it's good. But hey, you let me know. Maybe this is better than all of the original Mummy ones, even the ones with the terrible rock CGI. But I sincerely doubt it. I'll see you guys next week at 5.